Merry Meet, and welcome to the daily reading for all signs for today, the 26th of December, 2024. This is Ariel, and today I'm reading with this beautiful Marseille Tarot by Fournier. Let's purify with this 4711. You can find links to purchase these products in the video description of this video on my YouTube channel here. Let's see what's in the cards for everybody today. There we go. Starting with the Five of Coins, followed by the Knight of Wands, and then the Page of Wands. Okay, so some possible spending regret for people, maybe overdid things on the holidays. It's understandable sometimes to have regret for things or worry, that you overdid things or whatever you went through in the past that's causing this anxiety over your past relationship with money. But there's also an understanding that's necessary, and that is that your past is in the past and it has no power over you. And so no matter what it was, you can be released. You can be released from the consequences of any possible mistakes that you made. And the way that you do that is by asking. It's through divine grace, and you can ask that your mind be healed, that your mind be purified and transformed, and start to find another way of reframing your past, because it's not so much the past events that cause us problems, it's the decisions that we make based on our past events that cause us the problems. So you can heal from whatever this was, but you have to accept your innocence. You have to accept that you did the best you could, that you're an innocent child of the universe and that you are free, and allow that higher power that is within you, that always resides within you, to take over, and not let that ego mind start to bully you and to punish you and make you feel bad about whatever this was. Now, what we've got here is and it could be more than just the holidays, whatever, maybe you made some bad choices spending wise, or maybe you just had some expenses that you didn't know what to deal with, and now you're worried about the consequences. And it's telling you that help is here. You don't have to go through this all by yourself. And even though sometimes the help isn't in the form of a person, it's a spiritual help, that doesn't make it less powerful. In fact, sometimes it makes it much more powerful. So lean on that assistance that's here. Lean on that assistance that's here. And don't, instead of going out, and this is really important here with this Page of Swords, instead of going out and trying to get answers from people, as well-meaning as people are, I noticed this on Quora once. Somebody asked a question about, what do I do to deal with what do I do to deal with feelings of rejection from my family? And all these people were telling him to stop feeling sorry for themselves and, totally invalidating their feelings. And so that's why one of the reasons why the best way to get the information that you need to move beyond whatever this isn't always people. People don't always, even the well-meaning ones, don't always give the best advice. And that's what this is. This used to be called, in the old days, the card of the liar. The Page of Swords, and it can be that, but it's not really ultimately that somebody's lying to you. It's that you're relying on other people for the wisdom that is already within you. You know that you're going to be fine. You know that. You know things are going to work out. You know that you have the power within you to overcome any mistake that you've made in the past, and you don't need to let other people's opinions delay your understanding of that. Now, let me put some other cards out here, because I know that there's much more to be said here. And people do mean well, and they don't always, it's not that they're liars necessarily. That's why I don't love that calling this the card of the liar. It's just that it's not the people that is the issue. It's us that's the issue. Let's not look to them for advice when they're not capable of giving it. Okay, we've got a Pope card. We've got a beautiful King of Wands. So you're doing great. And then we've got this Nine of Wands. So you already have everything you need. It's so important to understand that this King of Wands is you are already a master. You can make whatever this was, this financial thing, or whether it might have been a health thing, whatever the negative thing in the past that you're worried about. If you really look at yourself very honestly, you're so much bigger than that. You're so much bigger than the problem. You're so much bigger than the mistake. And you don't need to feel bad about yourself. You didn't do anything wrong. It's just that with this Pope card, it's that you're feeling bad based on old ideas of authority. Maybe your parents would have disapproved of what you did, or maybe, whatever. Maybe there's some authority figure in your mind that or in reality that disapproves of whatever this was, that's causing you to feel this way. And some authority figures don't allow for people to make mistakes. It's not part of their worldview. And if you're in your mind under the thumb of some parental figure or authority figure or governmental figure or boss or mate or somebody whose opinion matters to you, but is disapproving of you, that's not going to help you right now. And so you have to just detach yourself from that and recognize that who you are has nothing to do with their opinion of you. It has nothing to do with their disapproval of you. And if people disapprove of you and you're trying to move past something, it's really hard. It's really hard because you want their approval, you want to meet the expectations, but you're not there right now. That's not what this is. This is a moving past whatever happened, whatever past mistakes that you've made, or even if they're not mistakes, past events that occurred, and recognizing that you're up to this so beautifully. It's really no big deal for you, but many of you think it's a big deal based on whoever this is or whatever this authority figure is, and this idea of being disapproved of. And it can be really challenging to get past that disapproval syndrome. And it's important that you do that because who you are is very different than that. And who you are is going to handle things differently than these so-called authority figures would want you to. But your way is going to be the successful way. Their way won't work for you. Their way might work for them, but it won't work for you. You're already dialed into perfect success. You already know exactly what to do. Your way is the right way for you. And once you realize that my way is the right way for me, you can give them the freedom to have their opinions about you or their disapproval of you and all that stuff. Because it doesn't really touch you anymore because the help that you need is already with you. And it doesn't come from them. It doesn't come from them. The help that you need comes from the infinite. And the infinite already has you. And the infinite is acting through you in these personality structures of you that are already successful and are just raring to go, raring to make everything work out. And whatever this was, it's going to be a blip compared to all the success that you're headed toward. So don't listen to other people. That's the bottom line of this. Don't listen to other people in your future and let go of people's opinions of you in the past or especially the disapproval that you might be experiencing. And it may be that you're disapproving of yourself based on what you think others might have thought. I do that with my dad. He's passed away. And sometimes I think, oh God, he wouldn't have liked that. And I have to realize, well, but he's not doing this. I'm doing this. I don't need his approval, whether or not he's alive or dead. I don't need his approval. What I need is to be true to myself, right? It's no disrespect to my father. I love him, but he and I are very different people. And what worked for him didn't work for me. What works for me wouldn't have worked for him, right? But that didn't mean that he didn't have his opinions, right? And so I have to still constantly extricate myself and remove myself from my own self-condemnation based on old ideas of in that particular case, parental disapproval. So It can be challenging for us to free ourselves from these entanglements from our past, but it's so necessary right now because you're, like I said, raring to go. You're really raring to go. You're chomping at the bit to succeed, and things are really moving in the right direction for you, right? But when you start questioning yourself, which isn't always bad to question yourself, but at this point, when you start questioning your ability and you start questioning your self-worth and things like that, and then you reach out to other people to say, is this okay? Is that okay? You're going to get the wrong information. So right now, what you have to do is find that inner strength, find what makes you tick, find all of the wonderful things that are working for you and ready to work for you, and recognize that they're fully formed, and you don't need to do anything except for be true to yourself. Now, one more thing that I haven't talked about here is that you need to get some rest. You need to get some rest because yes, you can be successful. Yes, you can be raring to go, but you can't run yourself ragged. You have to allow yourself all of that self-care. And self-care is important because it keeps your engines running smoothly. It keeps everything running smoothly so that you can do all of this wonderful work that you're doing, and that you're going to continue to do. And you're going to just succeed and succeed and succeed. But it's hard to succeed if you're sick or tired. So taking good care of yourself, having the downtime that you need is just as important as all this work that I see coming your way and that you're ready to do. So don't live your life in regret. Let go of that. Don't live your life worrying about whether people have approved or disapproved of you. And definitely don't ask everybody outside of you for their opinions, because it's going to take you off of what you already know to be true. Get some rest, take good care of yourself, and you're ready to go. Everything, the sky's the limit. It's all systems go. Your success is assured. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. We'll see everybody for another daily tarot reading tomorrow. Until then, blessed be.